This have been a very good month for everyone that have been expecting the Blackmagic pyxis, because number one, we actually got to see the pyxis sensor capability, and we love those clips from Patrick. Also, we now have the pyxis 6K monitor, which is good. By the way, if you did watch my pyxis video 4 months ago, I did predict this, and here is what I said, and I'm glad to see it finally happening. Blackmagic, can you please make sure that you have a monitor or update your monitor and have camera control? That means we can just use that camera and focus on creating without having to flip it, do the settings, and then having to shoot again. There's only two things that I feel like I've got a little issue with that we are going to talk about at the end of this video. But number one, let me tell you a few things. I remember when the pyxis came out and everyone really liked the camera, and the issue was, how are we going to control the camera when we're doing run and gun? So imagine you do have the whole setup and you want to adjust a simple camera setting. You now have to look on the side and then continue. But hey, it's good to know that Blackmagic was listening, and all my days they say, hey guys, don't worry, we are working on it. And it's actually amazing to see what they have done. And let me tell you, number one, now I would say the pyxis is going to be a very good run and gun camera, just because when you have that monitor on top of your camera, it's going to be very sleek and it's not going to be bulky, because there is no battery at the back of your monitor, which also is good because it is not very heavy. I love the 5-inch monitor, and I know some of you guys love 7 inches, but in my opinion, I feel like 5-inch is just the right size, especially the camera at the size of the pyxis. I also love the 1500 nits. This is very important for people that shoot outside, and also it just makes life easy for so many applications that we are going to use this camera for. I also like the sun shade, which is so well designed, which also turn into a monitor protector, which is very good for when you're traveling with this camera or when you have it inside a bag or any flight case of your choice. I also love that the monitor is very light, it's very well designed, and you also have the functional button that you can assign things to, which is very good because number one, you just get to move fast. And imagine assigning so many things on to that. I would love to see more about how this works and how this would simplify my workflow. I also like the tally lights. Listen, and I feel like Blackmagic in the past, they've made tally light on certain product and it was not big enough, but now you can actually see your camera from miles away and you know this is recording, which is very good. Also, for people that get to shoot themselves, like YouTuber, content creator, or basically anyone or presenter, you can now flip that monitor back and it will work just fine. So it is very good to see that Blackmagic have actually been thinking about this. I know they mentioned that this was for the newer Ursa camera, and they've noticed that actually it would work so much better with the pyxis. That's why they had to release it. And Blackmagic, yes, you were absolutely right. Another thing that I do like about this monitor, which is so good and honestly, is the ability to have that monitor and USB-C. This is good for so many reasons. Reason number one is that your basically your whole camera setup is not going to have so many cable. the same USB-C is actually powering the monitor, and you also have data transfer or image transfer, which means there is no we have to buy this HDMI from this brand, and this HDMI has to be fast, and I've got HDMI issue, or BNC or SDI, which means our rig is going to be so clean. One thing that I would have loved to see is Blackmagic offering a longer cable, so that when I'm rigging the camera, like let's say miles away, I could have like a longer cable. But it's also, I'm curious to see if any USB cable would work, or USB-C cable would work. Another thing that I am glad the Blackmagic made this monitor is because I remember when this camera came out, and one of the things that I had was like, well, Blackmagic can just work with another company, just like similar to what Red did with Small HD, and make a monitor that have camera control. Another thing that I would really want Blackmagic, can you please make sure that you have a monitor or update your monitor and have camera control, or you can give anyone the license to have camera control in their new monitor. That means we can just use that camera and focus on creating without having to flip it, do the settings, and then having to shoot again. Comment below and tell me how you feel about that ideas, because I feel like it's just great to get a monitor that have camera control, so we don't get to worry about to get to check on the side. And the reason why I think that was a good idea back then, but honestly now thinking about it, it was not at all, because one, if Small HD got to make those monitor, the price was going to be very high, and I'm glad Blackmagic did that, and the price is actually decent. And I still have a problem with the pricing, and again, it's gonna make more sense when we talk about it. So there are two things that I feel like this monitor would have been great to have. Number one is the backward compatibility, which means past Blackmagic user that purchased the full frame, purchased the 6K and 6K Pro, they will be able to use this monitor. Also current people that have this again camera, they'll be able to use that, and future people. And this will be so good to use on a camera such as the Pocket full frame and the Ursa G2 older generation. This would have been amazing, because this will just facilitate people having to have bulky setup on top of their camera, or basically on their rig. Number two, I really love what Blackmagic have done when it comes to pricing this monitor, especially the monitor only and sunshade. That price, it is very good. The package on top of that, I feel like is very expensive, because they've just added the mounting and the cable, and I feel like the price jump is so much. And I'm saying this because Blackmagic is a manufacturer, and they can actually manufacture those things at close to nothing when it comes to basically pricing them. I feel like they would have done better. Don't get me wrong, the price is still so good and it's still low, but from when you get the monitor only and the sunshade and the other package on top, the addition or the things that they're adding is not really that much, because I know Small Rig is going to remake those accessories anyway, and we are going to be able to make them for to buy them for at least so much less than how much we could buy the monitor and the other mounting accessories from Blackmagic. That is just my opinion, and honestly, as I mentioned, the pyxis monitor is such a great monitor, and the way it's designed combined with Blackmagic I/O, which is very fast, accurate, and very intuitive, it is going to make life easy, and as I mentioned, it's going to save us from having ugly setup. So guys, that is all for today. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and basically turn on your notification bell icon so you're not going to miss any time when I post a video like this. Comment below and tell me your opinion about overall Blackmagic. Now that we know you've released the monitor, can you please tell us when the camera is going to be out, so at least we know and we start planning with our upcoming project and the camera that we are going to use.